really good family friend. She worked in the FBI. She called me out of the blue and she was like, hey, I really need to talk to you about your ex-boyfriend. She basically goes on to tell me that he was like very much involved in like a cult. My fucking ex-boyfriend was in a religious cult. Currently in a relationship, living with my boyfriend. My boyfriend's technically living with me. I technically own the place. Let me put some respect to my name.
Does he pay you rent?
Yeah. So yeah, he pays me. Yeah, we split everything 50-50. But that being said, like, I feel like I have a kind of a crazy breakup story, to be honest. So my ex-boyfriend, senior year of high school, we had been dating for at least a year at that point. So I went to University of Michigan. He went to Purdue University.
Purdue.
Yeah, Purdue, basically. If you're not a U fan, if you're anything of the Big Ten, West Lafayette's not the funnest place to visit for me personally.
Been there a couple times.
Yeah,
there's
not
great.
Much. He got to college and he kind of got really involved with religion. Like, he was Catholic growing up. He was raised Catholic.
I thought you were gonna say drugs at first.
No. It gets
like,
worse.
yeah, so did everyone in college. Like, chill out.
Okay.
Oh, it's crazy. He kind of like went from like, you know, like big man on campus high school and then came to college and was like, oh shit, that's not the case anymore. Got really involved with this religious group on campus. It low-key turned into kind of a cult. And at first I thought it was, you know, kind of normal, like the stuff he was telling me. And then, you know, I got to things of like, oh, like, you know, they're just like keeping track of my schedule and I'm supposed to be at these places at these times. I'm like, that's really fucking weird. Like, why is that happening? So he kind of got roped into this cult.
And was full in on it?
Oh, full in on it. And I remember like freshman year, my spring break, he like called me and was just like, yeah, I think for the summer I'm gonna go to Orlando and like preach the word. And I was like, where in Orlando? Where in Florida are you going? He was like, yeah, like I think I'm gonna go to Universal Studios. There's like a really great program out there. And I was like, that's fucking weird.
Have fun, man.
Yeah, have a good time. I think that was like kind of the beginning of the end for us. Probably 3 months past that, he just called me and was like, you know, like I just want to let you know I've really been thinking about everything that's been going on and like you're the reason for my sins. Like I think you were the devil trying to tempt me. And I was like, whoa, I don't think this is correct. But like, you know, taking it with a grain of salt because at this point like things were done. I was like, this is fucking insane. So that happened, and then let's say probably like 4 months later, had a really good family friend. She worked in the FBI, the unit in Chicago that dealt with abusive families, but specifically from like a child perspective. It got to be a ton, and so she moved to cult, sex, that kind of aspect of issues in Chicago. There's a lot of people who get like recruited for other cities, and crazy enough, Florida happens to be one of the states that has like the largest issues with that. She called me out of the blue and she was like, hey Alex, like I really need to talk to you about your ex-boyfriend. Like, what? Like, okay,
yeah.
like sure. And she basically goes on to tell me that he was like very much involved in like a cult. They were heavily tracking. A lot of parents have been coming to them being like, we don't know what's happening with our kids. Like they're kind of being pulled into this crazy shit. Yeah, so I had to give her like literally all the information I knew. Yeah, he was in a fucking like crazy ass cult, and some of the stuff she was telling me.
Do you know anything about the cult?
The big things was like separating the men and the women. They're like baby machines. Like that's 100% what they're made to do. They're not able to do anything beyond that. There was like a lot of abuse and like crazy things happening within the cult that I don't know like a lot of details about, but yeah. So my fucking ex-boyfriend was in a religious cult. I know he's married and I know he has a kid, and I'm 24, so boy's young.